Hey guys, time for another update finally. I wasn't able to get one out last week, so I was busy doing a few different things. But yeah, here we go. Got a bit more work done over the last weekend or so. And yeah, we're getting into the final stages of the build now. As you can see that the paintwork is starting to come together a bit. So let's just move that forward a little bit. You can see where we're at so far. Again, a lot of the pieces haven't been glued in finally, just as I'm getting everything aligned, painted up, peeling things back for gluing and all that sort of thing. So the last week or so the main focus has just been on touching up a lot of the smaller bits with paint, highlights, the final base coat colour and all that, although on the camera it looks to be pretty similar, but there's actually differences in colour there. So yeah, the canopy, just highlighted the eagle and done some lighter effects on the edging there. Still got to pick out the last final highlights and the rivets on that sort of thing, but that's largely done. The forward weapon section here, got the sensor effects and the highlights on there. So that's largely done. The pilot obviously has been done for a while, but he's had a coat of varnish. The seatings had a coat of matte varnish as well, so these are all nicely protected from bangs and scrapes as we're getting everything into position. The canards, again they're magnetised. Just picked out some of the detailing there. We've gone with the red and then the green on there, and just got the underside sections there, and just a bit of edging detail on there. Not sure if you can see. Just picked out some of the edges and a little bit of dry brushing on there. So that's that. Las cannons are all finished up. They're all done. They're all varnished. Doors, still not 100% sure as to how the doors are going to work out. I was trying a yellow chevron pattern there on the inside, but just a few more highlights I want to do just on the square detailing and the edges there, but they are largely done. The wing sections here, stabilizers, again largely done, maybe just a few more silver details to pick out there, but not sure about the detailing yet on these sections. It would be useful to know what these actually are, and I could get some idea about what to paint them, but using other works as reference has sort of been kept as the base colour, so just doing that for now. The top hatch, I've just got the sensors there, all highlighted, set up, just some dry brushing the highlight colours there. That's done. So moving on a little bit to some of the stuff that I've done today. I've got the missile pods here, and these have been base coated, and just because I know that this part's going to be something that might get knocked around a little bit, again, magnets. Is there anything they cannot do? So we've just got a couple of magnets underneath there, a couple of magnets in the square slots there, and they'll just sit in there like that. So that's both sides done. Now I was assembling these railing sections here today, along here and along here. And just the way the model's gone together, it was required a bit of filing to get them sitting down flat, because where the engine sections and the strut sections lined up weren't exactly flat, so that required a little bit of filing down, a little bit of sanding down, and I'm probably going to need to use a little bit of filler in here for where that top brace section goes in, but that shouldn't be a big deal. And again, the removable wings. Knock everything over, fantastic. So yeah, the next part is probably going to be to do the highlighting on the wings. Got the engine part all sorted out. Just get the main blue and then some highlights and things like that. So we're kind of done with the actual assembly. You can see that the landing gear is nice and sturdy now. That's got pins in it, and that's done a nice sturdy job holding everything up. But yeah, the main assembly is largely done, so we're getting into the final paintwork. The only parts I got left really is the canopy, and that's got just a couple of struts that I'm going to have to carefully put over here, because when you're dealing with glue on the translucent material, it can fog up, and just have to be careful with that. And there's a little sensor section that's supposed to go on the front of the canopy. Still not certain how much I love that idea, but I'll probably paint that up and see how it goes. I think I accidentally clipped off a couple of struts that were supposed to go along either side to make that more of a square piece, but I might have to get some Plasticard to fix that up. Again, it's not a detail that I'm hugely worried about. It'll just be more a matter of getting the translucent piece into the canopy so it's glued without getting glue all over the clear parts, which it can be a little bit fiddly sometimes, so hopefully that'll turn out well. But this will probably be the very last thing that I do. But it should look pretty good once it's all done. But yeah, we're just about there. The assembly is all largely done. Just got to tidy up a few bits, maybe just a little bit more putty in some of these gaps up around here. There's a bit of a gap in this section where that goes in. But things are starting to come together, which is really good. I can see the end of the project now, and hopefully not too much more adjustment will need to be made. The only part that I'm still thinking about doing anything major on is the front door, because it doesn't line up perfectly along here. I'm thinking about putting some Plasticard along this section so that it actually lines up. But that is still a decision to be made. And again, I've still got to go along the bottom, tidy that up, and that'll all be done before the final colours and paints and stuff are done. But there we go. I just wanted to show that off. I would want to say that it's only going to be a few more weeks until this is done, depending how things go. And I've got a few other side projects and a few other distractions coming up, but it's looking like we're nearing the finish line, and I'll be really glad to have the final finished product all set up and looking good. It's not going to be perfect. That's the nature of the beast, but I think it's not going to be a total disaster. So quite a few different things to take away from this, and if I was producing the kit, I think there'd be a few changes into the actual construction, but as far as it goes, it's starting to look pretty good, and I think that in the end it'll all be worth all the time and effort that's gone into it. Fortunately, no blood this time. Sweat and not quite tears, but no major injuries getting this together so far. So there we go, that's where we're at, and hopefully the next little bit we'll start to wrap this up and get close to the finished product. So thanks again for staying tuned. Catch you later.